Dear friends and comrades, you all are aware we are living in a democracy that is corporate funded. If you say now the institutions who are supposed to uphold democratic values are extended bodies of the corporates who have billions of dollars. If I say that our institutions are now stooges of the corporates, it won't be an exaggeration. Rather than protecting the rights of the common people, they are serving the interests of these obscene riches. Yes, these are riches, obscenely riches. So we are seeing an ugly rich and poor division in our country. To subsume the division, dissatisfaction of the masses, religion and identity-based politics that are funded by capitalists are being fed to the people. Let me introduce myself to you. I am from the northern part of Bengal, not from Kolkata. People outside of Bengal often equate Bengal with Kolkata. In Bengal, what happened is that all developments are centered on Kolkata. So if you ask any person outside of Bengal to name a second city, she will fumble. The cultural capital of Bengal is also hegemonized by the upper class Babu Bhadralok. So people like me are considered outsiders. It's a kind of willful blindness to the existence of the voices they don't want to see or hear. And the way literature is practiced, somehow the voices of the last man standing in the last line of class or caste are missing. Yes, I have no qualms in saying to you that now Bengalis are practicing the Babu culture. Who will tell the stories of those gig workers being exploited for a meager paycheck? Who will speak for those Swiggy, Zomato guys who are delivering your food in the dead of the night? Who will write about the sweat of my villagers? Every person has private microfinance loans with interest rates of around 19 to 25%. Yes, in my village, I am a farmer too. I am an occasional farmer. So I know it well. In my village, every villager has 3 to 5 loans, private microfinance loans, and the interest rates are 19 to 25%. You can imagine what is waiting for them. They are walking on the tightrope. Any time, any loss in corpses, they will fall from the rope. Who will write the stories of the Adivasis who are losing the rights of their lands every day? Who will write? And I believe here comes the role of the poets. I believe I am the poet. I have the responsibility to write about all of them. About the farmers, about my villagers, about the Adivasis. I think this, when the world is bleeding, it's a crime to write about the beauty of the moon. I don't want to write about the beauty of the moon. You might be wondering, जब दुनिया में इतना सारा गम है तो पोएट्री से क्या होगा? अब लोग you might be thinking about that. But the poets are the facilitators of dreams. They provoke us to dream. The dream that the state doesn't let us to dream. The poets are the source of hope. So every megalomaniac rulers are or is afraid of the poets, and the poets are not allowed to dream. So poets are being incarcerated. The poets are being jailed because The rulers who are in power don't want us to dream. At this juncture, it's imperative to choose the things a poet needs to write. It might sound didactic to you, but it's the reality that when the world is bleeding, it's a crime to write about the moon. Only the poets help us to see the dream that the empire will fall. Yeah, we know, we all know, we are all aware that we are going through through a darkest phase. Not the, I think, a darkest phase. But trust me, friends and comrades, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Every empire falls. Every empire. Empire is bound to fall. Every empire will fall, doesn't matter how powerful it is. So here I would like to read a poem for all of you. The title of the poem is Empire Must Fall. Last year I visited Red Fort and there I wrote this poem. Here in the Red Fort, the zealot guide was describing the hall where Aurangzeb imprisoned his father, and behind the jalis the Taj was brimming in the mellowing sun. I handed him 300 rupees. I handed the guide the 300 rupees and said Namaste. He replied Jai Sri Ram. I became cautious of my name. A pigeon fluttered away, dropping his sheet on the broken throne of the emperor in Devani Khash. I found relief. 300 or 15 years, all are numbers. Every throne can be sat upon. Yeah, every throne can be sat upon. Dear friends, the choice of language for any form of writing is very important too. When we see a continuous effort to impose one language upon a very culturally diverse country like ours, our choice of language should counter this attempt at language hegemony. We are seeing that those who are in power are trying to impose a language all over us, a uniform language. But we should evolve a language of our own, a language that is not necessarily of one tongue, but rather multiple tongues coming together to form a language of resistance. Yes, I believe in the language of resistance. Besides the alphabetical language, there is a language emotions. So when I was sitting over there and listening to you, I don't understand Telugu. Yeah, I can't read Telugu, but I could, feel the vibes, feel the feelings behind your words. This is the language of resistance. We should form this language of resistance. Yeah, we might be banned, might be incarcerated, might be put into the prison, but our basic responsibility lies with the people. Yes, we are only answerable to the people. Here I would love to read a poem of mine. The title of the poem is I Am a Banned Poet. I am a banned poet. I see everything you fail to see. I see the wizened old Adivasi woman is restricted from entering the forest. She wants to worship the big giant tree. The spiraling dark smoke of the mining machines irritates her eyes. The homeless birds are on their last fight. I am a banned poet. I see the tea garden workers returning home with meager groceries. Their prune fingers holding tightly the umbrella. 200 rupees per day is a big dream. I see a wife on a video call. Her husband is Kasargar. Yeah, lots of people from my place, almost 90% of my fellow villagers work as migrant laborers either in Hyderabad or in Kerala or in Tamil Nadu. So here is a wife on a video call. Her husband is Kasargod as a migrant labor worker. She is asking him to use cream. He has cement-induced eczema. I'm a band poet. I have my eyes open. As a woman with a Muslim identity, this is a very tough time to live in. With the vilification and marginalization of the state machinery on one hand and the regressive elements within the community, Muslim women have lots to deal with. When a state bans hijab, the patriarchal elements within the community becomes proactive and carve the rights of girl children to attend school. Thus, one fascist institution fits patriarchy. Patriarchy and fascism go hand in hand. Actually, fascism feeds patriarchy, and patriarchy feeds fascism too. The shrinking space for class politics making it hard for women too. But still we have hope. As you saw how Tabassum, you must be remember the girl who was, the girls in hijab were banned from attending colleges and universities in Karnataka. As you saw how Tabassum, who came topper in the Karnataka board PUC2 exam, chose her education over hijab in college. In 2002, I wrote a poem in protest against the hijab ban. The title of the poem is Call Me Resistance. I will read, I will write, what will I wear, I will myself decide. In your boos and hooting, in your shouting, in your mocking, I stand as oak, the school bell is ringing. You speed ahead, I show strength. You close the gates, you snatch my rights, you don't know my friends. I am the light who bleeds, but still I rise. I am not the phoenix who rises after death. I am the past, I am the future, I am the present, I am the constant. I am the word you cannot win ever. Don't forget my name, I am the love. I am the girl in hijab, and people call me resistance. You might be aware that when India was partitioned, two states, got the direct effect of partition. It was Punjab and Bengal. Nowadays, I frequently hear a question, I have to face a question frequently, that am I a Bangladeshi? My forefathers never went to Bangladesh. I have never visited Bangladesh. So, but all my friends ask me, all my friends from the majority community ask me, am I a Bangladeshi? So, yeah, we can't help, but we can resist. We can write and resist this obnoxious in CAA and NRC. We need to stand against all forms of oppression through every form of art. We need to stand for the farmers who are walking on the roads. How painful it is that the farmers who feed us are not even allowed to enter the capital. I believe if God exists, then God is a farmer. He must be a farmer. And all these struggles women have, and at last I want to say that all these struggles women have important roles to play. I believe it is the sisterhood solidarity that can save this world. It is high time we women need to stand by each other. We need to claim and reclaim the rights of our bodies and our souls. We claim the rights of our desires too. Desire is not a taboo. We need to unlearn the patriarchy and stop playing role of the carriers of patriarchy. Sometimes we ourselves women are also carriers of patriarchy. We don't need to be good girls. We don't need to be good girls actually. Because good girl is a very patriarchal concept, very patriarchal construct. It's a trap. You know, it's a trap. So don't fall for this trap, dear women. Be bad girls. And please be the girl who has a tongue, you know, and please ask questions and questions and questions. Question every institution, question your father, question your mother, question your partner, question every institution. Don't stop asking questions. So here is a poem for a bad girl like me and all the women who want to be bad girl. And I request you to be bad girls. So here is a poem. A bad girl to you, mother. I am a bad girl, mother. I have born with questions. I had asked you in my childhood, why was my father not at home for days? I asked you in my adolescence, why do you hide the wounds on your face? Why do you smile after every night's forceful sex? Why do you bear my father's beatings? Why can't I touch things of my father while menstruating? I had asked you in my girlhood, why can't I choose my partner? Why can't I buy napkins from a shop? Why do you call my marriage unscriptural and my own choice an elopement? I had asked you in my wifehood, why do you ask me to adjust with my husband? Why do you want me to tolerate violence? Why do you slam the door in front of me when I left my husband's name? I'm a bad girl to you, mother. I ask you why I don't deserve love. Why am I being deprived of my ancestral land? Why do you feel shame to say my marital status? Why am I always a bad girl to you, mother? Why haven't you ever been my abode, mother? I don't want to be, you know, you don't want to take much time. At last, I want all women rage. Please be angry, be enraged. You know, if someone throws things at you, please throw them back the things. Don't tolerate violence. Yeah, break the status quo. Never compromise. Be the bad girls. We need bad girls more. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you.